Hi, and welcome to another episode in the series of the Elections Hub. This is your one-stop shop for everything elections 2020. We seek to educate, to inform, and to raise awareness, especially among young people, about the upcoming elections. Today we have another phase of our interactive session, and it's my pleasure to welcome Gilles Ametepe. Gilles is a senior partner, policy and relations at the Ghana Professors. Gilles, welcome to the Elections Hub.
Thank you very much, Witness, and a very good afternoon to your viewers and to everyone from across the globe.
All right, sure. Gilles, how are you doing?
I'm awesome. With the pandemic ongoing, I think all we can be thankful for is life. We have it. We are grateful to the Almighty.
Great. So Gilles, let's zoom straight in. What are your thoughts generally about the upcoming elections?
For me personally, December 2020 is going to change Ghana. Whether for good or bad, depends on the government we keep or vote in, and also depending on the kind of policies that whatever government it is that we choose implements in the next 4 years. Ghana, as many other countries, is at a crossroads. Are hopefully going to come out of this pandemic, or whether we are going to come out of it strong or weak is going to be very much dependent on the policies that we implement, the kind of support we give to our local businesses, how open we are to foreign direct investment, the kind of sectors of the economy that we channel a lot of investment into, be it education, be it health, be it infrastructure in general, be it our industry base. So all those things are going to be very crucial. And as in many African countries, political will drives the country, both in the economic space, in the political space, or even the social and religious space. So it is very important that whatever government we vote in December 2020 does the right thing and keeps us moving forward.
Okay, great. So basically, for you, post-COVID is all on the line. This, like the Americans like to say, this is the election of our lifetimes. Every election.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, Gilles, one thing, you are a policy person. One thing that has emerged this year that we've not seen in previous elections is focus on policies and manifestos, especially by the two major political parties, the NDC and the MPP. There have been interactions here and there. And I think partly also some steps taken by the government have been shaped by some of the policies that really come from the opposition. What do you think accounts for this? What has accounted for this?
I think the Ghanaian voter is changing. In the sense that if in time past we were more focusing on the ethnic origin of the candidate or on the track record of the person, on how eloquent the person is, and other minor things, now those things are changing. We have now come to the realization that the Black Star of Africa is no more shining as it should be. This is the Ghana we have now is not what Sarge for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah envisioned. Other countries who have even gone through crazy trials like Rwanda have taken over us. I mean, it's quite disappointing. I'm not saying that my friends for Rwanda do not deserve the goodies that they have now, but for a country like Ghana with such a promising future way back in 1957, one may have expected more. We did not get that, thanks to some mistakes we made as a country, as an electorate, waiting some kind of people in power or giving power to some people at a point in time or the other. So the Ghanaian voter has come to the realization that putting the right people in political office is more crucial than it used to be, especially as I was saying earlier, at this very crossroad where we are coming out of pandemic and we are getting to the unknown. No one knows when coronavirus is going to end. No one knows when we are going to get a vaccine. No one knows even when we are going to get a cure beyond the vaccine. No one knows how the economy is going to recover at the global stage or at the national stage. So all those unknown are quite impacting our assessment of who should be the next president of the Republic of Ghana. And I think it's a very good thing. I wish that beyond this pandemic, we keep that habit of questioning policies, of focusing on the deliverables beyond party affiliation, beyond just illusion and speaks well.
Okay, great. It's a good thing anyway. Now that this election is all on the line, it's a good thing that policy is taking center stage, and we can interrogate these things and engage on them. So you also have a thing for young people and entrepreneurship, jobs. In the policy programs of the two major political parties, what are your thoughts on the plans the incumbent and the opposition have for young people in terms of jobs, and also creating an enabling environment for entrepreneurship and social innovation, or innovation to thrive?
I am one of the people who have always been supportive of one of the key policies of the current government, which is the One District, One Party, in the sense that we need to create jobs. Creating jobs is a must for every single government in any country across the world.
Okay.
You need jobs because you need to keep your young people busy. If you do not keep your young people busy, terrorist group will find jobs. Other illegal operations
people have to survive.
Will find jobs. Your crime rate is going to grow. And so you need to make sure that at every point in time, your young people are busy doing the right thing. And that right thing means providing them with decent jobs. I think we also need to keep in mind that these decent jobs that we are talking about are not just jobs that must be state jobs or government public administration jobs. If the government puts in place the right policies to empower the private sector to invest more, to grow its businesses, then the private sector can become the leading employee of our economy. And that must be where we have to head to. Because government has to focus on policies and empowering the people who have the means to create more avenues for wealth creation beyond individuals and reaching out to more communities. So that is one focus. One interesting thing across all the manifestos, and I've kind of read it extensively, is that all the parties, and I mean NDC and MPP, have come to the realization that there's a need for us to create jobs. The NDC, for example, has a promise to create 1 million jobs over the next 4 years. So that's on average 250,000 jobs per year. Possible, because if you empower young people, if you put in place the right measures for startups to grow, to scale fast or big scale, as we call it in the terms, you get one single startup employing 100 people over that next year or next 4 years. And to the extent that if you have that same person or that same startup going outside Ghana, and we are employing more Ghanaians because we have to move some of our staff outside the Republic. So our focus as a country should be on creating those avenues for people who are willing to create those jobs, to do so with ease. So I would very much be looking forward to the kind of policies that are going to be submitted to Parliament for approval. Yes, we want to create 1 million jobs, over the next 4 years, as the MDC is saying, 250,000 jobs. Focus on infrastructure, focus on digital, focus on agriculture. I think there's a need for us to rethink how we think agriculture in this country. We should stop thinking about the farmer as someone who is struggling, who has no other option. That's why he's farming. Start thinking of agribusiness. I think the whole thing even about it being agriculture should change to agribusiness. Exactly. Empowering people to invest as much as they can, young people as well as old people, because some old people have the means, have the ways to invest. We get to that point where we empower those people to do that. So very clear that both political parties have realized that there is a need for us to create jobs. There is a need for us to create decent jobs. There's a need for us to empower people to create more jobs, because government itself on its own can never do it. There's no country in this world that has developed to the point where we want to get to, that has a government that employs everybody in the country. The private sector needs to be empowered. And in the 21st century, with how on those tech startups that can make the change that we are looking for. Facebook is employing thousands of people across the globe right now. They have offices everywhere. Same for Amazon. Same for Microsoft. When is our Microsoft coming? When is our Amazon coming? When is our Facebook coming? When is our Google coming? We need to empower our young people to do that, because government itself cannot do everything. You even have countries where you have private security providers that are well empowered, who have the tools to take on any mission at all. All those things are happening because the government are putting in place the right policies. We need the policies, yes, but we need the right policies.
So basically, right policy, we need more private-public partnerships, and then decent, sustainable jobs for the people. Gilles, what is the way forward for entrepreneurship in Ghana, and especially for young people?
I think I had an interview a couple of months ago, and I said that Africa is the next frontier, in the sense that a lot of people across the globe have started looking towards Africa because they believe that the pool of youth that we have is going to be a change maker. A couple of years ago, we saw the Arab Spring. We saw what happened in Libya. We saw what happened in Algeria. We saw what happened in Egypt. Young people coming together can make changes in the twinkling of an eye. We saw recently the NSAS movement, Nigeria, our brother country, Nigeria, and we saw that yes, young people pushed for it, and SARS has been disbanded. So young people, when rightfully empowered, can make the changes that we are looking for. So now coming back to entrepreneurship itself, there are so many gaps in our ecosystem. The very first gap is one may realize is between academic industry. How does studies, how does education prepare young Ghanaian people for entrepreneurship? When you have an educational system that is keeping your focus on finish, get a first class, go and get an employment in a public organization or public institution, or aim at an international organization, but that does not create wealth for a nation. We need to empower people of high school thinking that I am going to university, I'm going to learn whatever it is that I want to learn, but when I am done learning there, I want to create value. I want to create wealth. I want to set up a business. It should be a lifestyle. Just as it is in China, just as it is in most European countries, just as it is in even some other countries. Nigeria is doing well, we've had Rwanda is doing well, Uganda is doing well, Senegal is doing well, but in the midst of all that, yesterday, Ghana for Startup, that of which I lead a policy and institutional relations team, is part of a global network called Allied for Start, which is based in Brussels. Yesterday we had our global conference, and one of the conversations that popped up was from some colleagues from Asia, and they clearly stated that, and I side with them, that's why I'm going to repeat this, that the challenge for a young entrepreneur in issues like funding, we don't even have the right policies in place. How encouraged is Access Bank to give a loan to a young guy who just went out of school, who doesn't have a track record of any financial muscle? How encouraged is EcoBank to do the same? How encouraged are the banks to fund entrepreneurship in Ghana, to give loans to young entrepreneurs at very good rates? But those things are there. How attractive it is for a young Ghanaian who has graduated from Harvard to return to Ghana to venture into entrepreneurship. And even if the person is not even a Ghanaian but is willing to come, do we have a startup visa? So all those dynamics are things that we at Ghana for Startup, we are very much looking forward to pushing into the public discourse. We have had some engagement. We are engaging more, picking our voice heard in that regard. Other colleagues from other parts of the world are doing amazing in terms of government coming to the table, connecting with the ecosystem, and getting to listen to what the needs are so that they can make informed policy decisions. All right. So that's why I was quite enthused when I realized that most of the political parties were engaging left, right, to know exactly what were the needs on the ground. The MPP, the NDC did it, the NDC even target the manifesto, the People's Manifesto. Entrepreneurship stops being a thing for some people who may have not succeeded in mainstream, right? But becomes a thing that we all are open to, we all are enthused about, we all are interested in.
Definitely. Those are wonderful contributions, Gilles. And finally, before we let you go, I know you speak French very well, and we have young people listening. Gilles, just say something shortly to the young people in the run-up to the elections about our engagement, the need to be vigilant, and also to ensure that there is peace during this election period.
I will just repeat what most Ghanaians say often. We have only one country. There's no other Ghana anywhere for us. If this country is set ablaze, we'll have our on the fact that we are the ones to build Ghana to make it what we want it to be. And as we say, your Kokumoti power is as powerful as democratic the country is. We do not need to get back to the era of dictatorship, or we don't want to dive into becoming a failed state. And it is our responsibility as citizens of this great African country to keep doing the right thing. On December 7th, let us all go vote peacefully, calmly, return to our homes, and let's keep the Electoral Commission in prayer. There's nothing that could be done without God, and then hopefully at the end of the day, Ghana wins.
Gilles, thank you so much for joining us. Merci beaucoup, and wonderful submission. Our viewers and listeners will benefit so much from the insights you've shared on the show. Viewers, that will be all for this episode. Thank you for joining us. Until we come your way next time. Bye for now.